How's it going, guys? My name is Sean. Welcome to Venom Racing, and today we're going to take a lot of slop out of the stock WRX shifter field. Alright guys, let's get to it. The products we'll be using today, guys, is actually the PERRIN. It's a shifter bushing, so it's a pure metal shifter bushing versus the stock rubber bushing, so it should take a little bit of play out of the shifter field, which I'll show the before and afterwards. Also, we have the shifter stop, so when you're in first and second gear, sometimes downshifting from third gear to second gear is very difficult because there's so much play in the shifter itself that, I mean, to get it actually in gear second or first can be a pain sometimes. So I'll show you all the differences before and after, and then I'll tell y'all if this is worth the 60 bucks that it costs for these two modifications. Let's see. Here, guys, this is my stock shifter. This is neutral. Here's first gear. You can see how much play is in first gear. Let's go to second. Let's go to third. See, third gear, there's really no side-to-side play at all. And that's what we're going to try to do with the shift stop. So from, here's third, fourth, even fifth, and sixth has a little bit of play. But let's go third, not much at all. First, and we're going to try to get similar shifter play that we have in third. We're going to try to get that in first and second. Alright, first thing we're going to do, guys, is pull out these two 12 millimeter bolts right here. And this is the shield for the shifter linkage. Once you get the shield out of the way, out of those two bolts, here's the shifter linkage right here. What we're going to do is we're going to get a needle nose pliers, and we're actually going to pull that pin out right there and pull the shifter linkage off. The linkage off, we got to get the bushing out. So I'm going to take a flathead screwdriver and I'm going to pry it out. Alright guys, and you can see right here, here's the new shifter bushing. Here's the stock one. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to throw this on there. We're going to lube it up very well with the lube that PERRIN supplies. And we're going to slide it and put it all back together. One last thing, guys, so this side of the bushing itself should go towards the transmission. So that's the side that you're going to install, like going towards, and the linkage will actually slide on that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place this on the little shifter linkage, the shifter itself, and then I'm going to try to slide the cable over it. Alright guys, as you can see, the new shifter bushing and the assembly is all put back together. There was a few people online saying that they could not get the little linkage to slide over the bushing. They had issues with that, but mine slid right on. Maybe I used more lube. Guys, first thing we're going to do is pull the shifter off. Alright, once the shifter's off, we gotta grab inside your little plastic trim. Release those two clips. Just like so. And don't break anything. Alright guys, once that's out of the way, we're gonna actually take these two 10 millimeter bolts out. Alright guys, so we got the PERRIN shift stop right here installed, and I put the supplied bolts in the top part where the 10 millimeter bolts are. And as you can see, we have the PERRIN shift stop, but we also have the OEM shift stop on the 5th and 6th gear. So what we're going to have to do is adjust it now. So what they recommend is actually, we're neutral currently. Let's go ahead and put it in the 5th gear. Alright, so we're in 5th gear now. So what you're going to do is, you're going to slide the shifter stop all the way over till it's touching the shifter, and you're actually going to incorporate a little bit of play, and that should be where you want to be at. And then what we're going to do is we're going to actually put it back to neutral and go to first and second and adjust the PERRIN side, and then we will tighten it down and it's all adjusted. Guys, so that took a little bit of adjusting to get done, But now I tighten it all down, and if you look, I push all the way to the left, go straight up, it's in first. There's not much play at all. Very similar to third and fourth. Should be pretty easy to go from third and downshift to second now. Oh, that feels really nice and tight. So what surprises me is Subaru has a shift stop on the... Actually, they have a shift stop for 5th and 6th gear, but they don't have it... Oh, okay, I see why they... Because that's a reverse lockout. That's why they put it on that side, not the other side. Okay, I see. There, I see why they didn't do it on the other side. But I really feel like the shifting could have just improved if they just would have put a shift stop from factory on that side as well. Alright, so the next step, guys, is that we're going to pull these little nuts off right here. And they are 7mm nuts, and then we'll put a spacer on it. Alright guys, so I put the two 7mm nuts back on. Be careful not to lose those. I put the spacer on there, and you tighten it until you lose the gap in between there and everything else. Now we're going to put the shifter boot back on, shifter on, and let's see how it shifts. Alright guys, so now you test and make sure you can get into every gear, because I would suck to be locked out of a gear when you start driving it. But gosh, I'm going to compare, show you all the before and after. This is after, but obviously that's neutral. Here's first gear. Look how easy it slides in now. There's no slopping, just slide all the way to the side and go straight up, versus before you could slide all the way to the side and then there'd be a notchiness that would not let you go in gear because you're too far over. So the shift stop, what it does is it aligns it perfectly so you go straight up and there's no play. Look at that play compared to earlier. Here, you can see how much play is in first gear. So, I mean, there's still a little bit, but not a whole lot. Second gear, not much play. Third gear, but I mean, obviously that's not changed. Fourth gear, fifth gear, not much play at all. So I mean, you can be in third gear, down, heel tilt downshift, and go straight to second now. Versus before, you were right here, and you would rev match heel tilt downshift, and you try to knock it in the second like that, and there's just so much play that sometimes you couldn't get it in the second, which was a pain because you're trying to do it quick. And see, look at that now. Before, you wouldn't make it all the way in the second, but there's the install, guys. Alright guys, so I went ahead and installed the PERRIN shift stop and also the metal bushing. And what can I say about the installation? Very simple. I mean, it took me maybe a little bit less than an hour to install both. And that's the thing, is I'm recording as well too, taking my time. So I mean, if you were just installing it, I mean, obviously I have a lift that makes it a little bit easier, but still, even if you're just getting underneath the car, it shouldn't be too bad of an install. Maybe an hour at the longest. This shift stop is the longest part of that, is just making sure your adjustment's right on. What can I say about these modifications? For 60 bucks, I haven't drove the car yet, so I can't really tell you drivability, but just playing with the playing with my knob in the car, never mind. Just playing with the shifter inside the car, it greatly improves the shifting feel already. I can notice that just playing around with it. Yeah, that's the thing. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed. I'm really surprised Subaru didn't actually add a shift stop on the second side, because they already have one, which is a reverse lockout as well on the 5th and 6th side. So pretty much you're just adding one and adjusting the 5th and 6th one. So it's super simple install. I'm surprised, like I said, Subaru didn't add that from factory. It probably would have cost them maybe an extra 10 bucks, 10, 15 bucks, but still. So double thumbs up for me. I think it's a great modification, cheap. I really feel like it's a must-do modification if you have a WRX. Beforehand, the shifter is so sloppy. Sometimes downshifting from third to second, especially if you're heel toe downshifting and you're trying to do it pretty quickly, you're not going to get it in the second most of the time, because you're going to slam it to the side and you're not going to be aligned for second gear, so you can't get it in there. So you got to be, it was kind of a pain. Now you can slam it and go in. It's not slam it, but you know what I mean. Bring it all the way to the side and go straight down. It's simple now. It's like not as good as my S2000 shifter, but still, it's a great improvement. Double thumbs up. I hope you guys like this video. Go ahead and subscribe for more. And the next modification, I think you guys will really like this one. Also, another tip for the install on the under part, if you have an issue sliding the bushing onto the shifter linkage itself, when in doubt, lube it out. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of this video. Like the video, subscribe for more, and we'll see y'all guys in the next one.